Hi everyone and welcome to a podcast where we talk about horror movies and shit. With me with me is the wonderful I am Nicole, okay? Say hello.
Hello.
Um on my Instagram page I did a poll lately with your favorite horror movies with A. And I thought we discuss some of them very shortly, very brief, and we talk about our favorites. And since we watched it last time, let's start with Among the Living. Can you still remember anything about this movie?
Sure can. So I don't know, where do you want me to start? Like when it came, what year it came out of, or just like talk about the movie itself?
We can just talk about what do you remember, how do you like it?
Okay, so Among the Living, I'm going to be honest with you. Within the first 5 to 6 minutes of the movie, I was like, it caught my attention. Like, so much happened within the first 5 to 6 minutes, and you're just like, wow, this movie is going to be amazing. There was so much gore and just like, what's going on? And then, bam, you get introduced to those three young boys, and it kind of just goes downhill from there. At least that's what I felt for me.
Okay, we're pretty on the same page here because
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, it started very strong,
Mm-hmm.
but then I don't know. It was so. Mm, I don't want to say boring, but
You know what? It kind of was, if you think about it, like, because it was like, bam, all this stuff happened, and you're expecting so much more, and then you're introduced to these three boys, and they each obviously are troubled, and then, you know, you're just like, okay, where's this story going to go from? And then when the three boys like come across, the father and the child from the beginning, you think, okay, it's going to be even better, but then it flopped. It flopped for me. Sorry.
yeah, it went such a generic slasher movie route. I don't know. Uh, it
And
it wasn't really exciting.
it wasn't. And you know what? Like, okay, because in the beginning, where like they show, like they don't really show the little boy, the one that the mom goes after, right?
Yeah,
And like you're thinking this little boy is going to be like this monster, the way how she portrayed it, and then you see the boy, and you kind of just look at him, you're like, oh, he's albino. Like, there's nothing scary about him.
yeah, true.
Like, did you feel that? Because like when you finally see him, you're like, there's really nothing scary about this guy.
Now my reaction was more like, uh,
Yeah, right? It was like, oh, okay, this is why the mother went the way she did, to kind of go like after her kid. Like, and like she stabbed him a lot, and he survived, and there was no scars on him. Where were the scars?
oh, I didn't really notice that.
Yeah, like, even like, because she cut him, like, because he put his hand up at one point, right? And she like put the knife down on his hand. Like, where were the scars on his hands? Like,
Yeah,
so like,
true.
the consistency wasn't even there, if you think about it, when it comes to even with the makeup. So,
Oh, good eye,
and
good eyes.
we know that I like makeup. So,
Yeah, true.
but like, yeah, and like, and even in the end, like, or even towards the end, where like he goes after like the little boys and their families, even that was kind of meh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like I don't want to say boring, but it was so okay.
So
Whatever.
okay,
Who cares? I don't know.
but if you had to rate this movie on a scale from like, I don't know, 1 to 10, 10 being like absolutely amazing, one being like not good, what would you rate it?
Okay. Let's think about it. It started strong, but was weak in the middle. At the end, it got a bit better, to be honest, but not much. So I'd say 4 out of 10. If I'm generous, maybe 5.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 4. Like I said, it had so much potential, but it was just like it just kind of went down. Like they could have done so much more with the little boys and like with the storyline. But like I get it, you can only do so much, right? But then like this movie was filmed in France, so I don't know if there's like filming laws or something like that. I don't know.
I don't think so, because I saw the other movie of the same director called Inside, and holy shit, this is another level.
Oh.
And Inside was before this movie, so I don't get what happened there.
You know what? Directors and like screenwriters and stuff like that, you write a good one, you write a bad one, it's one or the other. And I still haven't seen that one, so I'll have to watch that movie eventually.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay, did you still want to keep continuing on with this one, or do you want to go on to our next one?
We can go on with our next one, but I wanted to address something. In case some people are wondering, why does he sound so weird? English is not my native language. So my accent is, I think, pretty heavy.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. So,
yay.
Great job. All right, so go ahead, sorry.
No problem. I just wanted to address this in case someone wonders, what's wrong with him? Yeah, it's not my strong suit.
Nothing wrong whatsoever.
But go on to a definitely better movie, Aliens.
Aliens.
For me, Aliens is better than Alien.
Really?
Yep.
Care to elaborate?
I like the survival horror element in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it even more that they don't repeat it the same thing over and over again, but tried something new in the sequel. So they went more action and more aliens in general, and it was a bit more fun to watch. It wasn't. It wasn't this scary. It was fun too.
You know what? I agree with you. Like I still love the original. I'm always big on original movies. But this was good as sequels goes. Definitely love Sigourney Weaver and the whole movie itself. Do you have like a favorite part in this movie?
Favorite part. One of my favorite lines in this movie is at the end, when Sigourney Weaver comes out in this mecha suit, out of this, I don't know, store. No. Doesn't matter. She comes out and her first line is, "Get away from here, you bitch." It's such an iconic line, and I love it. I love badass women in horror movies in general. So there are so few of them, so I love this scene so much.
She's definitely a final girl, if you think about it. She's a survivor.
She's a badass final girl, yes. Definitely.
She completely is. I'm going to be honest with you. When I saw this movie, I was a kid. Actually, obviously, even with the first one, too. And I was terrified. I was terrified of it. But, going back and watching it now, like, I absolutely love it. But obviously as a kid, you're scared of everything, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Like, I even love, like the special effects and stuff like that, and I thought they were pretty cool for that time.
To be honest, I think they are pretty cool for now, too. They are not this bad aged.
Like, you mean, like, now, like, special effects, like, CGI and stuff like that?
Yeah, when you watch the movie today, it's still good. It doesn't look cheap or I don't know.
No, like, because it's true, when you go back and watch some movies from, like, the 80s, like, you kind of look at the special effects and you're like, wow. Like, that was so intense to watch that. But, like, it still holds true to this day for that. There's nothing bad I would say about this movie at all. I absolutely loved it. It's, it definitely, like, it's due for another rewatch on that one.
Oh, yes, please.
And two different directors, right? Because the first one was by Ridley Scott and this one's by James Cameron.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So they definitely took a different spin on things. So, but yeah.
So,
all right.
How would you rate this movie?
How would I rate this movie?
Yes, out of 10. If Midsommar is 10, how would you rate it?
Did you say Midsommar was 10? I had a feeling you were going to do something like that at one point. So I'm going to say Midsommar is a... No. Okay. So I'd probably give this one about an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, I'm pretty with you with a 9. Maybe even 10, because I don't know anything bad to say about it.
No, there really isn't anything bad to say, and it's a great movie, but I don't really consider it a horror, though. I consider it more of a sci-fi kind of a thing, with some horror elements to it.
It's less horror and more sci-fi, but still an awesome movie.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, all right, next movie. What would you like to discuss?
Let's talk about your movie, Army of Darkness.
That one's a classic. Go ahead, sorry.
I just wanted to say I rewatched it, I think, 3 or 4 days ago to refresh my memory. And
oh, really?
And I still like it.
Mm-hmm.
Except for one scene.
What scene didn't you like?
It's not the whole scene. It's the scene where Ash is in this, I think, cabin or something with his mini-me's. 3 or 4 mini Ashes running around.
I love the little guys.
I love slapstick, but this went on a bit too long for me.
Oh, it went too long? Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just... Go ahead, sorry.
No problem. I don't know. I like slapstick. I like this goofy thing that he does. But after, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, I thought, yeah, okay, good. Can we now defeat the evil, please? Thank you. It just was a bit too much for me.
I get you. For me personally, I loved the whole movie. Like originally, when they created the series of the Evil Dead series, it was actually meant to be something serious, and then they didn't expect it to turn out as it did. So more of a horror comedy. So for me in Army of Darkness, my favorite scene is when he's in the pit, and then he defeats that evil witch goblin kind of looking thing, and he climbs out, and then he pulls out his gun because she obviously wasn't really defeated. She came right back out, and then he explains to the crowd that that's his boomstick in the shop at S-Mart. I absolutely love that scene. It makes me laugh all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love this movie through and through, and even it's funny even with the Deadites and stuff, and how they have the little they're little skeletons and stuff walking across the screen, and just some of their smart remarks. Absolutely love this from beginning to end. I remember watching this actually in school when I was young. Our teacher brought it in. That was the first time I ever saw it. I was in grade 7, and he put it on, and I think we were only able to watch about 15 minutes of it, and I was hooked and ended up going home and watching it, and then finding out there was more. So other movies. So I watched Army of Darkness first and absolutely loved it. And Bruce Campbell for me is hilarious. So
yes, he definitely is.
So yeah, Sam Raimi, can't go wrong.
I also loved him in Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, the series, right?
Yeah, it's so sad they cancelled it, but
I know
it was so awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. At first, in the beginning, it took me a little bit to get into this series.
Yeah.
And then I kept watching it, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And then it just ends, and you're like, what?
Yeah, I'm still sad about that.
I know, it was done. Because the way it ends, right? I think you're in the future or something, almost like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Hopefully, I didn't give any spoiler alert.
Oh.
For anybody who hasn't watched that. Oops.
Yeah, there are 3 seasons in between. Do forget about it.
Yeah. Hopefully. But yeah, I absolutely love this one. What would you rate this as?
Army of Darkness. Pooh. That's hard because it's iconic. I really love it, except for this one scene.
Mm-hmm.
I love the scene too, but like I said, it goes on too long for me.
I thought the little ashes were really cute.
Yeah, they were funny, but I'm more like this guy. I think I laughed more about this Klata moment.
I think you're having an Ash moment where he couldn't even say it either, and he did his little cough.
Yeah, that's exactly the moment I wanted to say, but I can't remember the words anymore. It's
Either could Ash.
It's Klaatu?
Yeah. And to be honest, I probably don't even fully remember it, because, like, that's a mouthful for me.
I just remember the last one is, I think, Niktu.
Yeah. It is, and he coughed that.
Yeah. That's this kind of genau, it's Klaatu Barata Niktu.
Yeah.
And die Klaatu Barata. And this is my style of comedy. I love this.
I'm not gonna lie, I would probably do the same thing that he did to see if I could pull that over and be like,
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Like, I got some of the syllables right, so.
Doesn't that count?
So, yeah.
No, fuck.
So, for me to rate this movie, because it is one of my favorite A movies, I would have to give it a 10. So.
Ooh, wow, a 10. I would
go
more like, I don't know, an 8 or 9.
Pretty good rating, so.
But only because Evil Dead 2 is for me a 10.
Oh, Evil Dead 2 is amazing, and I don't know, even the remake was good.
Oh, I loved it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see Ash and Mia versus Evil Dead. That would be so cool.
Oh, it would be, most definitely. So, yeah. All right, what movie are we moving on to next?
Another classic that maybe one of us doesn't like this much. Or at least the sequels. A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, definitely a classic. Came out the year I was born.
Jeez, you're old. Okay.
Ouch! I think you're older.
No, I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so I'll let you. So what do you think of Nightmare on Elm Street?
I have to think. I think Nightmare on Elm Street was one of the first horror movies I saw. But it was not the first one. It was not the third one either, which was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It was part 6. And it was
Mm-hmm.
just... I didn't like it this much.
The first one?
Part 6.
Oh, part 6, sorry.
The first one I've watched way, way later. I think I was in my 20s when I watched it the first time. But I loved it because that was the time when I started to dive into these old horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it, and yeah, it was pretty good. I was surprised, I didn't know this, that Johnny Depp was a lead role in this movie.
Yeah.
And his death,
Oh.
his death was amazing, by the way.
He gets sucked into the bed, and then
And
just like all this fountain of blood.
Fountain spills out. And yeah, that was pretty cool.
As this movie goes, I do like A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's definitely a classic, and especially like he's like one of those slasher guys that is like undefeated. If you think about it, like how do you get rid of somebody who kills you in your sleep, right?
Yeah.
So like I get the whole concept of it, and like I absolutely loved the first one. The makeup was great, but to me, I didn't find it was scary. I thought it was more kind of funny as well. You know what I mean? Like, as a kid, it was terrifying, but then when I go back now and I watch it, I think it's more funny than anything. But for me, probably my favorite scene where someone dies is actually the first one where the friend dies and she's like floating around the ceiling and like getting cut, and her boyfriend doesn't know what's going on and just gets cut to shit. You know what I mean? So what were you gonna say? Sorry.
No problem. Keep going.
But yeah, and then like the whole thing with like the mom, like how she got like drunk and like poor Nancy at the end is trying to get help and calling for people to like help her. She's like in the barred, like the house is all barred up, the windows and stuff like that, and the mom's just like meh, not caring about anything, you know. But as slasher horror characters go, he's definitely he's terrifying. Like I said, like how do you defeat somebody that kills you in your dreams? Like you got to stay awake.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, like what would you do to stay awake?
I guess since I'm this old, I would probably die because I can't stay awake this long anymore.
Yeah, you are a lot older than me.
No, I'm not. Shut up.
I think if you think about it, I think I'd be somewhat okay for a little bit because, you know, working a lot of midnights and then only sleeping like an hour or two here and there. So if I could just stay awake for those couple of hours, maybe, just maybe I'd survive, but not really. I'd go a little crazy afterwards. For lack of sleep.
I wanted to say, you said the first one was funny to you.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little twisted. I don't know.
No, but that's funny because I think Freddy is the most serious in this whole series of movies. He's the most serious in this one. He gets a bit goofier in 2 and 3 and 4 and more playful and ridiculous in 6.
Yeah.
And a bit more serious in 7 again.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I only really liked the first one. I thought the rest were kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah, I liked the 91, so the first, the third, and the 7th.
Yeah. They were okay.
Do you want to talk about the reboot?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't think I was really a fan of it. I shouldn't say think. I wasn't really a fan. I did watch it, and I was just like, it was okay. You know what I mean? Like, it was more serious. We'll get that part, but no, I'm always about the originals because you can't go wrong with the originals. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I missed Robert England. This new Freddy was just so I don't know.
Are they making another one? I could have sworn I read something about them making another one.
Again? Really?
Yeah, maybe it was just somebody who posted something. This was like a while back. I could be wrong. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, right? They're always remaking movies.
Yeah, they're remaking Exorcist. I mean, holy shit, what the fuck? Why?
Don't even get me started about that one. But you know what? I'll still give that one a shot. I know this is like off topic, but I'll still give it a shot because if you think about it, even though the original was like really, really scary and it's like a classic of its time, scared the crap out of everybody, but like, I don't know, things are more updated now. It might even be worse.
I mean...
Go ahead, sorry.
I just wanted to say, I think I was 15 or 16 when the director's cut came out from The Exorcist. And they played it in the cinema. And I hadn't seen it. And thought, old movie is okay. How bad can it be? Holy shit. As a 16-year-old, it was really not this easy to watch for me.
I believe that. And see, so born and raised Catholic over here, and we're talking about a whole another movie that's not even part of this podcast. My dad he would always like play that movie, and it used to terrify me because I would be upstairs and I would hear it going, because my dad would always talk about like religion and stuff like that. So, because he's like, true believer and stuff like that. So,
okay.
which is cool. But like, I used to be so terrified when I knew he watched it. And you could hear them screaming, the power of Christ compels you. And I'm like, oh God, I need to go outside and play with friends. So yeah. But anyway, so we should talk about that one at a different point. So.
But since we
Alright.
talk about reboots and remakes, I wanted to address something else. I read that Fede Alvarez, the director of the Evil Dead reboot, is working on a Texas Chainsaw reboot.
Another one.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm kind of excited for this one, to be honest.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see when it comes out.
Yeah, that just I think they're searching for directors or screenwriters or something. So it's in development. It will still take years, I think.
I'm gonna have to admit, he's kind of one of my least favorites. Leatherface. Like if I had to rate, he would be kind of towards the bottom. Because even though like I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff like that, but as for like those like slasher type of people go, he's kind of towards the bottom. We all know what my favorite is. Should we say it?
Say it.
Jason. But yeah.
I think too he is pretty down bottom at my ranking too. Pretty with Pinhead. I never got into this Hellraiser series as well.
Oh really? You never did?
I watched the first one. It was cool and all. But second and maybe the third, and then I thought, no thank you. It wasn't, I don't know.
Right, you know what? It's to each their own kind of thing, right? Just like some people don't like Midsummer, whereas other people do. Just saying, I'm gonna throw that out there.
Weirdos.
No, I think it's the psychos who like it.
It's okay.
Totally kidding. It's totally kidding.
So
okay,
let's go back to horror movies with A.
Yeah.
We have pretty many classics here, I see. Because the next one is An American Werewolf in London.
Oh, I absolutely love that one. That's a good one. Classic.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay. Oh, I even have that on VHS. I love it. That's another one I find.
You're older than me. You have it on VHS. You still know what VHS is. You're old.
You still know what it is too, and it's hey, it was given to me because I collect them. So shush you. I also have it on DVD. So meh.
I have it on Blu-ray.
You have it on Blu-ray?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Jeez, millennial.
Sorry, boomer.
Oh, I'm nowhere near that. Okay, so for American Werewolf in London, I thought this was a comedy as well. Another like horror comedy.
Yeah,
for
it was
me.
Pretty much horror comedy. Yes, I agree.
You kind of feel bad for the two guys, right? Because they're like tourists, and then they go there, and then they get attacked by this werewolf, and they're trying to explain. Well, he's trying to explain to the what's going on.
And every time,
kind of like they. Go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
I just want to say, and every time he sees his dead friend, he's more dead. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, he's like more decayed every single time he sees him. Like, and I'm gonna throw this out here. Like I said, I love makeup, and for like a 1980 movie, that the makeup was amazing for it. Even like the special effects for when he changes into the werewolf, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was in Search of Darkness, where they said The Howling came out a couple of months earlier, had a transformation as well, but it was more in the dark and not so much shown.
Yeah. As werewolves go, though, if you think about it in like movies, I find that majority of the movies out there, like the werewolves look different every single movie. Like if you think of like Underworld, like the Lycans, the werewolves in there, they're completely different from like obviously the werewolf in this one. So I definitely like the take on the werewolf for this one. I'll give that, and thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the transformation scene still is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's like iconic, right? It's like so iconic in history if you think about it with it.
Yeah, you can really feel his pain and everything. It's wow.
Yeah,
it's really awesome.
How would you compare this one? Did you ever watch American Werewolf in Paris?
Yes, I have it on Blu-ray.
I have that one too. How would you compare that one to it?
It was definitely weaker. I think maybe I need to rewatch it. I don't know. Maybe watched it 10 years ago. I can't really remember everything. But I think it's not as good as the first one.
Of course, nothing's ever better than the first, or at least I think so. But I'm sure there's probably like a movie out there that
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, I know you liked it better. So yeah. So what would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'll give it 9.
Yeah, I would too. I really enjoyed it. So, all right, next movie.
Okay. A movie we watched basically together, Audition.
Ugh. I mean, yay! Okay, I'll let you start this one off.
I just wanted to say the same. Fuck.
Okay, alright, I'll start it off.
Destroy
Boring.
it. Go for it.
Boring. Okay, I get the whole, like, building up to character and, like, you know, it's all, like, light and fluffy, and it just, like, bam. The ending was the only thing that was really good for me.
Jesus.
Well, because it finished. That's why. No, like, I get it. Like, he was building up the characters, and you kind of feel bad for the guy, because he's trying to, like, find, like, somebody. Obviously, it was, like, a fake audition, right? Like, a dating service, and, like, his friend, right off the bat, when the girl was sitting in the chair, was kind of like, there's something wrong about this woman, and clearly there was, because you saw it in the end. And, like, the way how she kills her victims, like, wow, that's pretty brutal. That's twisted.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked.
And I'm gonna throw this out here because we know I'm a dog lover. Oh, yeah, the poor puppers. Yeah. I did not like that at all.
I think nobody likes it.
I think I'm like that meme where it's like when a person dies, you're like, eh. Yeah. When a dog dies, it's like, no. That's how I felt. I wanted to be like, come fight me, girl. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you at this one. Don't hurt dogs in movies, please. Jesus. No, but
so you weren't a big fan of this movie either.
It was a bit slow at the beginning, yeah, but I didn't dislike it as much as you do.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
It's okay. I hope people only hate you and not both of us. I like it, kinda.
No one will hate me.
Yeah, let's see about that.
No. I know, like, a lot of people actually really like this movie, though.
Yeah, but I wanted to say that I don't really get it why. It's, no, don't, oh god. Don't hate me.
What? No. Why would we hate you?
Because so many people like this movie and they think, yeah, this movie is okay, but that's it.
I think it's just like more of like that surprise element in the end, you know, like you're like it's like all light and fluffy and it's like la la la, we're in love and bam, she's psycho.
Yeah,
So
okay. Makes sense. Maybe because I don't know about you, but this movie gets discussed so much so that the end is a bit spoiled already. If you're
spoiler alert.
Yeah, it is. And maybe it's because of this, because we knew what would happen, or at least I knew what would happen, that it took the mystery out of it a bit.
Oh, for you?
Yeah. Because
See,
I
I
knew,
went in. Go ahead, sorry.
because I knew at the end she's gonna go crazy and psycho and whatever. So I just waited for this part and I saw it and I thought, oh, brutal, cool. Oh, the movie is over. Thank you. Bye.
See, I went into this movie blindsided. I never heard of this movie before. Didn't know what it was about until you mentioned it to me.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, never heard of it. And it was on my on Shudder, right? But just yeah, it never interests me. Never really heard anybody talk about it. And then so yeah, but like it was pretty brutal how she kills people. Just saying. Ouch.
Yeah, and the dog bowl with the vomit in it is. This is
I know.
disgusting.
Very much so. And like yeah, so I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. I'm gonna be honest. So.
Okay, then rate it.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Ooh.
The only because it took forever to get to the point, and I get it, and it just dragged. But like, a 4 is even high for me because like the ending was like, holy crap, and then it ended, and then also because the dog died, so I didn't like that. So.
Okay, I can see that. I see why people liked it this much, because, or especially earlier when nobody knew anything about it when it came out and so. So I kind of understand the praise this movie gets, but for me, I don't know. I'll be very, very, very generous here and give it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, that's all really generous. Good for you.
I don't wanna get too much hate.
Okay.
But now let's talk about something really fun for me, because my favorite movie with A, Arachnophobia.
Ah, that one's another classic.
I don't really know if you can call it a horror movie, actually.
No, I found it more funny than anything, but I get it. Like, a lot of people fear spiders, right?
Yes,
so, like, of course it's going to be a scary movie, right? If you don't like spiders, you're obviously not going to watch this, unless they're you. So, like, I hate snakes. I will not watch Anaconda, so no thanks.
But
I did once and never again. Or
But-
snakes on a plane.
I just wanted to say it. Is Snakes on a Plane for you a horror movie then?
I would know. I won't watch it. So, okay, let's go with yes, because I'm terrified of snakes. So,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
that is a horror movie for me. I will not watch it. I'm terrified of snakes.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I will cuddle with a spider any day over a snake. Give me the biggest, scariest, fluffiest spider,
The
and I'm
fluffiest, okay.
good. I'm good.
Oh, okay, this. Okay.
Are you like cringing because you have a bit of arachnophobia yourself?
Yes, yes. But
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
but it's a mild one. It's not like say, oh my god, in this room there's a spider. Let's burn it with fire, and the whole building is on fire. I like, oh, okay, stay away from me, and we're cool.
See, I'm the type of person, if I see a spider, I'm like, oh, poor guy, let's save him, and then put him outside. I know, that's weird. I know. Even when I'm at work, people are like, oh my god, there's a spider. Nick, take care of it. So I'm the one who has to take care of it. But to get back to this movie, I honestly thought it was like funny more than scary.
Just more like, I don't know, a comedy, maybe thriller. Maybe.
I don't even think they intended it to be funny, to be honest. But not 100% sure.
I disagree. They intended it to be funny.
They did?
Just think of John Goodman. I mean...
Oh, yeah.
His scenes were pretty funny.
They were pretty funny. They were. And, like, I laughed really hard at the shower scene. That poor girl. Like, I don't know if you remember that part. She's in the shower and, like... She like reaches up, like, how did you not feel that web and then feel it go on your face and then down your body, and then she's screaming, and I think it was her dad that like walked in. She's like naked screaming. I thought it was funny. So
I think after this movie I showered with my eyes open for a week or something.
Oh really?
No.
Don't lie. Wait, you shower with your eyes closed?
Mostly when I look up, they are closed, yes.
Okay. Well, okay, it makes sense when you're under the water. So, yeah. So this is like a favorite of yours then?
Yes, it's funny because, like I said, I have this mild arachnophobia, but I don't know, I love this movie. Even though they really worked with real spiders, which should trigger me so hard. They say, but no, it was. I mean, of course, I got this crawling over my skin every time I saw a spider, but it wasn't so bad. I just enjoyed the movie.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and what about you?
I enjoyed it. I saw it when I was younger. I did a refresher with it the other day just because I haven't seen it in like years. And like I do remember when I was younger, like even though I like spiders, you still kind of get that creepy, crawly feeling, right? That they're all over you.
Yes,
when you watch
I know
it.
this feeling very good. Thank you.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. Like it was good overall. I'd probably give this about a 7.
Yeah, I wanted to rate it as a 8 or 9 too, because
I get that.
It has its little flaws. It's not perfect, but it's such an enjoyable movie. I totally like it.
Oh, I'm glad you did. It is your favorite, so you picked that one.
Yeah, would be weird. My favorite movie, and then I didn't like it really, but okay.
It would be weird. Yeah, and they used real spiders for this movie, obviously, so it was definitely a lot of patience.
So many spiders, so many real spiders. My skin is crawling if I think about it. Jesus.
I was reading about it too, and they were saying that, like, obviously the actors and everybody had to be patient, right? Because when you're working with like live animals, sometimes they just don't want to do what they're supposed to do. Like, how do you work with spiders?
I don't know. I will never find out.
I don't know. So, yep. All right.
Okay.
Next movie?
Next movie is, surprise, another classic.
This one is another one of my favorites.
Amityville Horror.
Yep. Absolutely love this movie. I love like the supernatural, paranormal type of movies. Love it.
Yes, I loved it too, but the sequels not so much, to be honest.
No, I wouldn't put the sequel in the same spot, because like if you think about, obviously Amityville Horror is based off of that story of what happened at Amityville, right?
Yeah.
So like the house and everything, and then like, and it's kind of cool how like they show pictures of like the investigation where they got a picture of that. I think it's a little boy on the top of the stairs. Have you seen that photo?
I think I did. I'm not really sure, but I think.
When you get the chance, definitely look it up and look. Like like investigations of that house. So like this one's definitely a classic. You know, it was in the 70s, and I don't know, like I loved everything about it. You know what? Because I saw this as a kid, it was definitely terrifying for me. But now that I watch it, it's not terrifying anymore, obviously, but it's definitely a good classic.
Yeah, that's
so.
True. And
Yeah.
I even liked the reboot with Ryan Reynolds, I think.
I do too. It took a different twist with that one. Like still had the same idea, you know, where the dad's like being affected by the house and what's going on with the house, and the dad kind of starts to go a little crazy, right? So kind of both aspects. I did find the reboot obviously was a little bit more scarier than the original. You know what I mean? And it might have had to do with like the makeup and like the music and just more updated, but still the original is my favorite. And like I remember the end of that movie, you're like yelling at them to get out like as fast as they can, like get out, get away from the house, go on, you know, like hurry up, get everybody, get the dog, let's go.
Oh right, there was a dog too. I totally forgot about this.
Yeah, I think it was like a black lab or something. I know. I think.
Don't know anymore.
But yeah, like I don't know about you. If I was in that house, I don't even think I would buy a house like that. Would you?
Good question. Maybe if it's not cursed, then yes.
Like it's a beautiful house in a beautiful area. Like obviously there's somebody who's living in it now. I saw somebody do a live video a couple weeks ago off of Instagram that she went to the house and saw it, like, but she didn't actually physically go in the house. She was like across the street and kind of took a couple of pictures, and she said obviously, you know, there are people living there now and they're probably getting lots of like people coming around to, you know, look at the house. So she's like, I didn't want to bug them. So
okay, I get it.
But yeah, and you know what? And James Brolin did a good job in this. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, he definitely did. Yes.
Yeah. So it's definitely like a favorite of mine. Actually, pretty much a lot of the supernatural paranormal movies I love. Like even like the Conjuring movies, I love them. Not like Annabelle and the Nun. I mean like the Conjuring 1 and 2.
Okay, the
like,
good ones. Yes.
Those ones. Yeah, the good ones. But yeah. So give me a good paranormal and I love it. Because it also kind of freaks you out. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, like you don't know like what happens life after death, right?
And what about the Paranormal Activity movies?
Me, personally, I'm going to be honest with you. I probably watched the first one for about 5 minutes or so. And it's not because I thought they were terrible or anything. It was, honestly, I can't handle that first-person view movie anymore.
Right. There was something else.
Like, I was able to watch Blair Witch Project when I was young. And then when Cloverfield came out, I went to the theater. I think I lasted like 5 minutes and was out puking. So I couldn't do paranormal. But like, I know what happens in that paranormal, like the first movie. So like, I know what happens in the end where she's like standing over the bed. And so, yeah. But yeah, I couldn't really do those movies.
Okay. Because of this motion sickness and everything. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that happens when you get older, huh?
No.
What do you mean, no?
I don't have it too.
Oh, that's right. You're a gamer, so you're used to it.
And I'm not as old as you, so.
You're treading on thin ice here. Totally kidding.
Okay, Amityville Horror rating now.
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I would give it, I don't know, 7 or 8, but yeah, pretty good here.
Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, because like there are aspects of it that are kind of slow, but then again, that's like, think of the time when the movie was made, right?
Yeah, sure. No,
so, because it was made in what, 1979? Yeah.
I think 79 or 78, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have to look, but yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm with you with 7 or 8 out of 10 because it was a good movie, not perfect, had some flaws, but is still enjoyable to this day.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. It definitely holds true.
Yeah, that's true.
It's definitely a movie I like to watch from time and time again, especially like even around spooky season, which is like now for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
next month, October, Halloween season. Fucking
I
finally.
know it's gonna come and go like it always does, but enjoy every minute of it.
There's always Halloween in my heart.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
So,
Well, I think.
huh?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No.
I was gonna say I think that's all our movies on the list.
No, I just wanted to say we have one more movie, but you can't say anything to it because I know you didn't see it. It's a Serbian film.
Oh, okay. Go on.
Oh god, this movie. How to say this? I like the premise of this movie, the core story that they're trying to tell. That wouldn't be so bad, but there's some choices where I think, was this really necessary? It's not.
What was the movie? What was the movie?
I think it was a retired porn actor who has some money issues and wants to do another movie again where he gets paid, I don't know, high bucks, and something goes wrong. Oh god, I haven't seen this movie in ages. Something goes wrong, and he gets drugged, loses 4 days of memory, finds this camcorder and videotapes, and sees what he had done in his drugged persona. I don't know. But like I said, this wouldn't be as bad, but the scenes were sometimes really horrible. Not this oh my god, this is so brutal, horrible. It's more like horrible from a morality standpoint. Like the most discussed scene of this movie, this newborn porn scene, this scene haunted me for days. But not because what was shown, but because of the sound, because of what you've heard. Oh Jesus, I'm starting to sweat when I think about it.
Is that the one that you posted on your Instagram?
Yeah, right.
Ugh. Just the thought of it? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not going to watch that.
But to be honest, this is really the worst scene in this movie. If you can do this, then you're not good, but you can handle the rest of the movie as well. Even the end where it goes morality-wise horrible as well. But yeah. A Serbian film is such a strange, I don't know, a strange decision movie. I don't know. There's so many decisions where I thought, why would you do that? Can't you do that a little more tasteful?
You know, I find that movies nowadays, like, even though I haven't seen this movie, they're like about like wow and shock factor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Like how can we gross the audience out? And then let's do that scene. The one that you posted about.
Yeah, true. Have you seen the Human Centipede movies?
I have seen those movies. I've only seen the first one, actually. I shouldn't say movies. I've seen only
Oh,
the first one.
okay. I think it's the same concept here as well. It's only to shock the audience. How far can we go and how far can we gross you out?
Yeah, and that's usually and that's what I find that with a lot of stuff nowadays. You know what I mean?
Hmm. But I think
Like I find.
from the
Go ahead. Sorry.
human centipedes, the second one is the worst one of all from grossing out movie stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, check it
Hmm.
out.
I will. I'll have to. I just think because like when I watched the first one, I was like, yeah, it was gross, and then I just was kind of like, I didn't think I really cared to watch the other ones, but maybe I'll give them a shot when I have like a night I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like if you wanna get grossed out a bit, watch it. The third one is so bad you can skip it. Really, you don't miss anything.
Now, are all the storylines connected?
Um, kind of. I think the storyline for 2 is this guy who's working in a garage or something, and he's a big fan of the human centipede, and wants to do this with I think 12 or 15 people. And
Oh, okay.
the third one, I don't know. I forgot this movie so fast because no, it wasn't good.
No, not at all. Well, I'll give them a shot. I will, because I'll give any movie a fair shot. Like even Midsummer. So
I was just waiting for this.
you knew that was coming.
Yeah, I knew it. But
You know.
did you like Hereditary?
Oh, I loved Hereditary, and I think it's because I like more of that dark, twisted kind of thing. And even though Midsummer had that dark, twisted element, I just felt that it dragged on and could have had a little bit more. But like it was beautiful. Like the scenes were beautiful and everything. I just got bored.
Okay,
So
that's okay.
why are we talking about Midsummer?
Because we love this movie.
Yeah, you do love that movie. See what I did there? Yeah.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, even I love this movie and you don't, you bring it up more than me.
Because it's funny
I
to
know,
pick on you for it.
is. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll bring you to love this movie too. Um, yeah, I think that were all our movies. Do you have anything else? Any movie you can think of you want to talk about?
That begins with the letter A.
Yep.
Okay, here's a good one. American Psycho.
Oh, true. I totally forgot about it. But only the first one. The second one is
No, yeah, always the first one. It's a classic. You know, I keep saying I always love the originals, like the
yeah.
OGs. I love that movie, American Psycho, and the whole concept of it, because you're kind of just like, at the end, you're left with, was this in his head? Did this all really happen? Like, what is your opinion on it?
Yeah, true. And I like it. It's more like, it's not, yeah, it is a serial killer, but not this crazy serial killer. He's just a businessman. So
Yeah.
he's like a everyday man, more or less.
But they kind of, if you think about it, like a lot of these like serial killers, like and stuff like that, and they're actually just everyday people.
Yeah, but they're more this average person.
Yeah,
This
it's usually
neighbor,
people.
Genau, exactly.
It's people that you don't usually suspect, right? That would do something like that, like Ted Bundy. Let's give a prime example.
Yeah, true.
He was a good-looking man. You know, had a family, everything going for him, but he was obviously a killer. So,
And
but anyway.
And the same with with Dennis Rader, with the BTK killer. He was married, had a family, was working, I think, in his community or something. Everybody liked him. It's so weird.
Yeah, very much so. And it's usually like ones like that, right?
Yeah, but
So
that's true. Yeah. Oh, I have one
it,
more thing, but before rate American Psycho.
and what is it?
No, I meant you. You should rate it first, but okay.
Oh, rate it. I'm so sorry. I thought you said read it, and I was like,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
what? Sorry, lack of sleep.
Yeah, and bad accent. Sorry.
No, your accent's fine. Honestly, American Psycho, I'd give it an 8 because I love this movie and I love like the character of Patrick Bateman, and like even though he's like tick and twisted and this is all like in his head, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, same here.
So
I wanted to say 8 as well.
yeah, which is good. Like my favorite, obviously, is Army of Darkness in the A
Yeah,
category.
sure.
So sure.
But one thing, American Horror Story. What do you think about this one?
The television series.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved season 1
Yep.
and season 2. And then the other ones were kind of hit and miss for me.
Yep.
Like the season with Roanoke had so much potential, and then it just kind of
the first
flopped.
half was so good.
Oh yeah, but like I do find like it does. They start out so well, and then all of a sudden they kind of just flop. But every season I continue to still watch it because I want to know what they bring to the table.
Yeah, true. What do you think about the latest season? I think it was 1984.
You know what? I know a lot of people didn't like that season. I actually liked it.
Yeah, me too. I loved this 80s feeling and everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I loved it because it reminded me of like your classic like 1980s slasher movies, right? Like Sleepaway Camp, Camp Crystal Lake with Jason and all that. I absolutely loved it. So,
yeah.
And I know a lot of people were disappointed in it, and I was like, no, I think they did a pretty good job on that one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, but like still, my favorite is obviously the Murder House, and then the second one with like the nuns and like the psych ward and all that stuff and the aliens, and I loved it. So,
what's your least favorite?
Probably Freak Show, and then the other one where it was like all that political stuff.
Cult.
I forget.
Cult. Yeah.
I forget what that like. I forget what was it called? Cult.
Yep.
And then
season 7, I think.
And then I didn't finish. What was the one? I think it was last season. I didn't finish that one yet. Wait, what was last season? What was the one where they all came back together and it was kind of like almost like the apocalypse or something?
Yeah, right. It was season 8 apocalypse. Yes.
Yeah, and then the 80s one came out after it, right?
Right. This was season 9.
Okay, yeah. So season 8 I never really finished because I think I kind of got bored with it. I like to be honest. Okay. I definitely will go back and finish it though because like I need to finish things. I rarely like even if the movie is like the worst movie in the world, I have to finish it because I need to see what happens in the end. If it takes me years, I will do it.
Didn't you say you skipped some things from Among the Living because you were so bored and
yeah, but I still finished it.
Okay. This is
let me
kind of finishing. Okay.
But I still finished it and got the basis of it. Like even okay, I'll give you a prime example. Okay, so television series Sons of Anarchy, absolutely loved it. And then found out about the last season, how it ended, and I didn't want to watch it. I think I waited a long time before I finally watched it, and then when I did, I was not happy with it, but I just did it because I needed to complete it.
Okay.
So yeah, I know that's like a whole different genre of it. But yeah, I need to finish anything I watch.
Oh, this means if I start Midsummer, you have to finish it.
Well, because I already watched it and finished it, I don't need to.
Ah, damn.
Just so you know. But
Well,
good news is,
yeah.
I heard he's working on a new movie. And
Yeah,
I heard
that
it's
too.
that's going to be 4 hours long. So I'm interested to see what he's going to bring out next, though. Like, he is talented.
Yeah, he has 2 good movies in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
wait, you got me there. Okay. Oh, I love that. You're so smooth. Just slip it right in there. You're messing with somebody who hasn't had a lot of sleep lately.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Well, we're going to blame it on that. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I think we'll wrap it up here.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
I say thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
I hope you're in with the letter B the next time.
Alright. You know where I'm at.
Yeah, I will try to I don't know, link your Instagram, how you say, handle, anywhere, so people can
Okay.
find you too.
Okay. Sounds good.
But I think most people know you more than me.
No, I think we're about the same. With as for Instagram and that followers and stuff. Yeah. Come October though, it might be a little different for my
yes.
when my makeup comes out. So
Gonna
I gotta
push
get
out so
cracking
much
on that.
makeup stuff. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see it.
I actually have to get started on it. Like normally I have like a list right now, and I have like prosthetics drawing. I haven't even started because I haven't had the time. So,
Oh, okay.
but don't worry, I'll get onto it. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, then thanks for joining, and any final words?
No, this was fun. And
Yeah, we are a little bit
I-
nervous, and my accent and translation problems, but yeah, it was fun.
you did well, and I have a feeling this whole podcast is going to be a lot of jokes about me in Midsummer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, then
Alrighty.
let's say bye.
Bye.